Hello, friend. I hope you are doing well. Today, let's journey into Mark chapter 12. 1. The parable of the tenants. Jesus tells a parable about a landowner who rents his vineyard to tenants. When it's time to collect the harvest, the landowner sends his servant, but the tenants mistreat them. He sends more servants, but they are rejected too. Finally, the landowner sends his son, hoping the tenants will respect him. But when the tenants see the son, they cast him out, thinking that by removing him, they can take the inheritance of the vineyard for themselves. This parable is a prophetic warning to the religious leaders about their rejection of God's authority in his son, and it foretells the transfer of God's kingdom to others. 2. Paying taxes to Caesar. The religious leaders try to trap Jesus with a question about paying taxes to Caesar. But Jesus wisely tells them to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. This teaches us to balance our duties to authorities with our allegiance to God. 3. The resurrection and marriage. The Sadducees, who don't believe in the resurrection, ask Jesus about marriage in the afterlife. Jesus teaches that in the resurrection there will be no marriage, but people will be like angels. He also reminds them that God is the God of the living, showing us that life continues beyond death. 4. The greatest commandment. A scribe asked Jesus the greatest commandment, and he answered, "Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. The second is to love your neighbor as yourself." These two commandments form the foundation of God's law, revealing that love is central to all that God values. 5. David's son. Jesus tells the scribes that the Messiah is greater than David, because David used the word Lord to refer to him. Jesus is declaring that he is not merely a king, but the divine Son of God and the true Messiah. 6. Warning against the scribes. Jesus warns against the pride and hypocrisy of the scribes. He condemns their love for status and how they seek honor in public while exploiting vulnerable widows for personal gain. Jesus warns that outward righteousness counts for nothing if the heart is selfish, and judgment will follow. 7. The widow's offering. Lastly, Jesus watches a poor widow give all she has, just 2 small coins. He teaches that God values sacrificial giving, not the amount, but the heart behind it. Mark chapter 12 reminds us of God's call to live with love, humility, and a heart that seeks Him above all else. So what can you do to show love to God and those around you? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this chapter summary, please like, share, and subscribe for more faith-filled content. Shine on, and I'll see you next time, friend.